All right, welcome back to Beer Bacon and Bros. Can you guys believe it? It's week 13.
I know, it's crazy.
Wow, college football is going by too fast.
This is going to be it. This is it for
football
us.
in general is going by too fast. I mean, we're already halfway through the regular football season, too.
In the NHL, or the NHL.
NHL.
Woo,
we still got a long jump for NHL.
What a long night. So,
the NFL.
The NFL, yeah. But, so final week of college football. This is going to be our final predictions.
Until bowl season.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we do bowl season wise, but a lot of rivalry games, some good games. I had to tone it back. I was about to put like 22 games on this thing.
Jesus,
I had to tone it back. I had to
like 12.
We're more like 14.
By toning back, he means we cut off like 6.
Yeah, so it was tough. I mean, I had to tone some things back, but got most of the major rivalries.
As long as you hit the big ones, we're good. We're okay.
Yeah. So. Our first game is actually on Thanksgiving Day, so 2 days from now. You have the Egg Bowl, which is now number 9 Ole Miss going to Mississippi State. Mississippi State was ranked 25th last week, but somehow fell out of the polls while also beating Tennessee Tech by 50. So not quite sure what happened there with the playoff committee, but they dropped them out of the poll. So it's just number 9 Ole Miss at Mississippi State now. This game's on Thursday at 7:30. Once you're nice and full, you got plenty of turkey in you, you can watch this game. Mississippi State opens as a 1.5 point favorite.
Oh, what's the competing NFL game that night?
Saints and somebody.
Yes, we'll be watching the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss rolls them.
Well, I do too. I think Ole Miss rolls it. I think Lane Kiffin's gonna, as long as they got corralled, Lane Kiffin's gonna throw up some points.
I think Ole Miss wins this too. I'm surprised that Mississippi State's a little bit of a favorite. I think Coach Leach has done a good job of kind of upsetting some people when he wasn't supposed to this year. And by the way, Alex, who's not joining us, had a passing in the family. We love him. We miss him. He just couldn't be with us tonight. We totally understand. He took Ole Miss. I'm going to announce his picks as we go along.
Okay.
So we'll all take Ole Miss on this one.
I think Will Rogers will keep them in the game, but I think Ole Miss is going to.
I haven't looked at the over-under yet, but I kind of want to because I think this thing's probably in the 70s.
You're going to make me go look at it.
Yeah, I think this thing's probably in the 70s. And I kind of want to take it.
It's got to be in the 70s.
And I kind of want to take it. I mean, these two teams.
No, it's actually 62.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking that.
We're taking that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm taking that.
That.
All right, game 2 of the week. This is a big game for Alex in the College Fantasy League. This is on Friday at noon. We got Boise State at number 21 San Diego State. Boise State is a 2.5 point favorite on the road.
I'm taking Boise State.
Are you?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I got them in fantasy, so.
Oh, well, true.
But no, I think when I've played Boise so far this year, I've liked the way they look. Granted, I picked them up late in the season, so I've only had them for like 4 weeks. I think I played them for 2. But both times I played them, I watched a little bit of their game. They look good to me, but they got a true test in San Diego State. This is San Diego State's good team.
Yeah.
This year.
I think San Diego State has just died off just a little bit,
Motivationally.
And motivationally, too. I don't know what it is, but the last couple of weeks, they've just kind of been in games that they probably shouldn't have been in games. They should have been blowing people out by, 15 points or so. And so I'm going to go with you, actually. I'm going to take Boise State for the upset this week.
Give me San Diego State.
Okay.
And then Alex as well is taking San Diego State.
I imagine he is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's see if he plays them, though. Let's see if he plays them.
Probably not. Probably not.
Got to keep his bonus
Protect
points,
those
right?
bonus points.
Another game this week that's on Friday. I wrote it on the list wrong, but it's another Friday game. We always cover the local teams. So Coastal is on the road at South Alabama. South Alabama used to have Jake Bentley, a former University of South Carolina quarterback. He did get hurt. He's out. Coastal is a 15-point favorite on the road. So
yeah, easy. I think easy win for Coastal. South Alabama is kind of, I think,
falling off
and not produced on what they were supposed to according to their projection at the beginning of the year. Their preseason. Oh, this is how they were over under on wins this year. They definitely underperformed.
Yeah.
And I think Coastal's rolling right now.
Yeah, Alex took Coastal. I'm taking Coastal as well.
Yeah, give me Coastal. I think they'll roll over a Bentley list.
So everybody wants to take Coastal by the 15. Is that what I'm hearing?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to put on South Alabama.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, all right, another Friday game. As Keith just mentioned, there's like 16 Friday games. So, another Friday game, Kansas State at Texas. Only reason I put this on here, Texas has lost 6 straight games. They're 4-7. They're falling apart over there.
Keep the trend rolling, baby. Kansas State.
Oh, God.
Keep the trend rolling. Start off 4-1, and then you go 0-6. How do you do it?
I know.
That's some South Carolina Gamecock shit right there. That's what we used to do.
You hate to see it for Texas because you know that fan base is reeling and the donors are reeling just to get.
Oh, they're burning, dude.
Well,
Yeah,
you start off so hot.
You know, the fan base, everybody over there is, you know, ready to just burn the stadium down. I mean, so you hate to see it, but
they're gonna run Sarkisian out.
Texas at home is the. I don't even. I want to take them, but I think Keith is right. The way they have just been on a downslide, I think the fans aren't behind them. Everybody's just kind of doubting them. I think the players are kind of giving up.
Well, there's nothing to play for anymore.
Yeah.
You can't get to a bowl game. Unless they take a 5-17, you can't get to a bowl game.
They'll probably end up having to take 1 or 2, but I don't know that Texas is the 5-7 bowl team that's going to go.
No. So let's go with the upset here in Kansas State.
All right. Alex took Texas. The only reason I'm going to take Texas is because it's senior day. It's at home. It's the last home game of the season. Call me a homer. I'm probably going to be wrong, honestly.
Homer.
But I mean, if
they like to call us homers.
Well, you are a homer, but
he was right in his pick.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he was. So I'll take Texas this week. I'll probably be wrong, but I think that Texas could probably finish the season strong at home. Senior day, big day. So.
You'd hope so.
You'd hope so, because good Lord, a 4-8 Texas team is going to have Austin burnt to the ground. But
Sarkisian's not going to be there next year if you go to 4-8.
Probably not. All right, so final Friday game for us. UNC's on the road at NC State. NC State is 6.5-point favorite.
Go Pack, go.
Pack.
Wow, very immediately NC Staters. So.
Well, that's a family tie.
I know. Alex took NC State too, so
I think NC State's just a better team. North Carolina has been so up and down. They did so good against Wake Forest.
Yeah.
But then look at them against some of the other teams. They didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been so up and down. They go in.
You don't know which North Carolina team is going to show up.
Right. I mean, you start out ranked 10th in the nation.
Yeah.
You get embarrassed by Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
What should have been a Heisman hopeful at quarterback has just kind of underperformed this year.
Yeah, he's way underperformed.
But it's been the rest of his offense. It's been his offensive line. It's been his defense. I mean, his defense hasn't been able to stop a freaking water leak. I mean, they're just giving up everything.
They can't block away at one paper bag.
Yeah, they really can't. So, I'm going to take NC State too. I've had both these teams in the fantasy league, and just State's a little bit better at home than they are on the road. And you've seen them lose a couple games on the road at Wake and Miami. So,
but I mean, that was a close game at Wake, right?
It was.
Yeah. It was a 3-point game. It was 45-42.
Yeah, the Zebras helped Wake a little bit, but
just a little bit. A little bit of home field advantage there.
So I'll take State. We'll all 4 take State. And speaking of Wake at Boston College is the next one. How about Boston College only a 4.5-point dog to the now number 18 Wake after getting their butt kicked at Clemson?
You realize if Wake loses this, Clemson goes to the ACC championship?
I have not realized that, but good Lord, that's unfortunate.
I'm taking Boston College.
I'm taking Wake because I just want to see Clemson in the ACC championship.
I'm taking Boston College. I think Wake has kind of lost their hype. What we all thought, or especially myself, I thought was a sneaky good Wake team. Either teams have figured them out here in the late part of the season, or they're just not as good as we thought they were. Or at least they're just not as good as I thought they were. And
I still think they're good. I just think it's a matter of them finding.
See, they
play the best defense they've played all year in Clemson. Arguably Clemson is probably the best defense in the ACC.
Yeah, there's not a question about that.
So, I mean, I'm not saying they played down to there, but I think that they were riding a little bit of a high and they kind of got hit. They got kind of smacked in the face a little bit.
But in your last 3 games, you're 1-2, where you've given up. What was that? 55, 42, and how much last week to Clemson? 40.
Yeah, 40.
40. I mean, so you're your defense is either just all of a sudden falling off from what it was at the beginning of the season, or like I'm saying, teams have started figuring it out just a little bit.
Yeah, I really thought Boston College was going to do a lot of work to Florida State last week, being a 2-point favorite at home in the cold, but they couldn't pull it off. Yeah, they couldn't pull it off against Florida State, and I'll be honest, I'm taking Wake, and Alex is taking Wake too, by the way. But I think the 4.5 point line is probably right. I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but I think Wake prevails.
Yeah, I agree.
You want to take Wake too?
Yeah, I said it was like Wake earlier.
All right, another game. We got Army at Liberty. Liberty is a 3.5 point favorite.
Give me Army.
Okay.
The Black Knights.
Okay. Alex, bless his soul, being a Navy man, is taking Army, and
he'll take them next week too.
Yeah.
Or he'll take them 2 weeks from now.
He's hoping for him. Yeah, 2 weeks from now. He's hoping for him to win 2 weeks from now. But I'm gonna tell you, I own Liberty, and I said the same thing last week when Lafayette came to Liberty. If Liberty turns the ball over a lot, they're not gonna win the football game.
And guess what?
And guess what? They turned the ball over a lot, and they got blown out by Lafayette. But I'm actually going to take Liberty because they don't consistently play bad week to week. So I think this is actually going to be the week that Liberty probably pulls the upset. Or, well, actually, they're favored, so I can't say pulls the upset.
I'm taking Liberty as well. Just the time of possession, though, in this game is critical for Liberty. They got to capitalize when they have the ball. And like you're saying, minimize the turnovers. 2 turnovers could cost them this game here, especially the way Army holds the ball. But give me Liberty at home. That's what I'll go with that.
Not really a game, but it's a rivalry we got to cover. Number 3 now, Alabama, is on the road at Auburn. They're a 19.5 point favorite. So give me the winner, and then give me whether they cover or not.
Roll Tide, roll.
Yeah.
Bama wins.
Yeah, just slide the Bama across the whole bottom line. Alex taking them to.
What's the line?
3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns.
Bama after we seeing how Bryce Young played last week. I mean, Bryce Young threw, for 600 yards almost and 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Against an arguably better defensive team?
Yeah. I'm gonna take Alabama covering that 19.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bama's gotta put it on to
3 scores.
To keep showing their dominance.
Yeah.
3 scores.
You with them too? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Bit of an interesting game now because Oregon's fallen off. We got Oregon State at number 11. Oregon. They went from being number 3 all the way down to number 11 after that Utah beatdown. Oregon's only a 7 point favorite at home
against Oregon State.
Yep.
To be honest with you, I don't know
this
much.
This is not in Corvallis, right?
No, it's in Eugene.
It's in Eugene.
I don't know much about Oregon State this year.
I don't either.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what their offenses look. I hadn't seen much of them play this year. But Oregon itself has, again, not been bad week to week. So I just think, last week was just a fluke. But give me Oregon at home.
Okay. I'm going to stick with the Ducks, too. I think they just find a way on their final home game, big rivalry game, to they may not even cover the 7, but they're probably going to find a way to pull it out. So I'll take the Ducks. Alex is taking Oregon State.
I'll take the Ducks.
You take Oregon as well?
I'll take Oregon as well.
Okay. We got Penn State at number 12, Michigan State. What a big game here for that side of the Big Ten. Alex is taking Michigan State, even though they're a 1 point underdog at home to Penn State.
I'm taking Michigan State as well. I think after the ass whooping that they were dealt by Ohio State, they're coming in this week angry.
That was more than an ass whooping.
Yeah.
But either way, I think they're coming in angry. They're here to prove a point, saying I think that's not us. That wasn't our identity this year. We played good football all year. Ohio State got the best of us, but we're still that team that was deserved to be a number 3 ranked team. Here we go, Penn State, and I think they beat Penn State.
Okay. I'm going to take Michigan State, too. I actually don't really understand why Penn State is a 1 point favorite on the road at Michigan State. And so, for me, I actually like Michigan State by maybe even 10 points. I think it's going to be a pretty big win margin for them.
Is their quarterback playing?
Yeah.
Penn State's a quarterback?
Yeah. Clifford. Yeah.
Clifford, yeah. I'll go with Michigan State.
Okay.
All right, clean sweep on Michigan State.
That's not a good thing.
We'll put 5 on Penn State after.
I got to show you this past week's lines and how we got to 11-3. All three of us, well, not you, but
not
us, was 11-3 last week in the pick'em. So I got to show you how we got there. But number 14, Wisconsin is at Minnesota. They are a 7-point favorite in a big game for them. They win this game, they're representing that side of the Big Ten.
I think Wisconsin wins it this week.
Okay, Alex is taking Wisconsin. I'm taking Wisconsin. I'm gonna tell you, Wisconsin's got one of the best rush defenses in the country. I know we talk a lot about Georgia and how great Georgia's defense is. People need to be looking at Wisconsin's defense. They are really, really good too. So I think they're going to be able to hold Minnesota. Minnesota's missing their big running back. Obviously, he got hurt for the year a couple weeks ago, and so I like Wisconsin.
Yeah, I like Wisconsin as well.
Okay. Number 15, Texas A&M at LSU. This is a night game. Everybody always asks when we got LSU at home, is it a night game? Yes, it is a night game, and LSU is only a 6.5-point dog to A&M.
I'm taking A&M. I see that Alex is also taking A&M. LSU just lost it. I mean, they're reeling. They're kind of. I mean, what do they have to play for at this point?
True.
I mean, they're there. What's their current record though?
Oh, you thinking about whether they're gonna make a bowl game or not?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, wouldn't this either make them bowl eligible
or
put them
bowl eligible? This would make them bowl eligible.
So this, I mean, that might be the only thing that they have to play for tonight. This week is if we win this, we could, we would become bowl eligible. Same.
Well, Texas A&M's already.
Yeah, but I mean. Other than that, LSU. I mean, what does LSU have to play for this season? Not much now.
Yeah.
So either they're gonna show up willing to be like, oh yeah, we want one more game, or their guys are gonna show up kind of lackadaisical and I think maybe not care as much as they should. And if that's the case, they get blown out by more than 6.5. If they show up ready to play, ready to make a bowl game. I think A&M wins, but it's closer than 6.5.
I'm taking LSU.
Are you?
There's something about that night game. There's something about that atmosphere. And I'm telling you right now, Ed Orgeron wants to go out with a win. He wants to get probably one more game out of it. Get bowl eligible. Get that bowl game. Let's leave on a good legacy. And that's what I'm feeling.
We said that last time with Auburn, and Auburn went there and just destroyed them at night. That's the only problem. We said that when Auburn went there and played them at an 8 o'clock game.
Different game, different team. Auburn's better offensively than Texas A&M is. So
now.
Well, not Auburn now.
Give me the Aggies. Give me A&M.
Okay. Rivalry week, baby. We got Kentucky and Louisville. How about Louisville as a 3-point favorite on Kentucky at home?
I like the quarterback, dude. I love that quarterback.
Louisville's look good. Baby. Boys look good this last couple of weeks.
He looked really good.
How the mighty have fallen for Kentucky, though. I mean, just they were right that high. Right? They were 6-0. They had beat South Carolina. They beat Florida. They beat LSU. And then that Georgia, Mississippi State, Tennessee run was not kind to them.
Yeah, and they didn't cover against Vanderbilt. Jackasses.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I'm taking Louisville this week. I think that Louisville offense has got something special going on right now, and I think they get it done over Kentucky.
Alex is taking Louisville. I know this is a really heated rivalry. One of my coworkers is a former quarterback from Louisville, and he's told me about how nasty this rivalry can get and stuff. So when you got rivalries like that, it's all about who can play good defense and run the football. So I'm taking Kentucky, which that's the team that I think can do that.
Give me Louisville.
Okay.
Give me the Cardinals.
Okay. Well, here's the one, boys. Number 23, Clemson, is at the University of South Carolina.
They've cracked the top 25.
They cracked the top 25 tonight in the poll review, or the college football playoff rankings release. Carolina is a 11.5 point dog.
They went to Mississippi State.
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah.
They went to
I thought it dropped to like 9. I thought it dropped to like 9.5.
No, it dropped from 14 to 11, and then it's back up to 11.5.
Yeah, I thought it dropped farther than that.
Yeah, no.
I think this is the year.
Okay.
I think this is the year. Home game, night game, that atmosphere. I think Carolina's got more to play for this year than they have in the last 3 or 4 years in this rivalry matchup.
Yeah.
You're already bowl eligible, so there's no pressure as far as having to win the game to go to a bowl game.
Sure.
You're at home. You didn't play last year. So it's been a while since you've seen the teams. Oh, as much as it pains me, I'm gonna take Carolina.
Okay. Alex said Cox by 90, so he didn't even write a team out when he texted to me. It literally just said Cox by 90, so I knew that was South Carolina.
So
there's a sandstorm coming.
As good as this defense is for Clemson, and as well as the Carolina defense can play, I don't think this is Carolina's year. Our offense has just been too up and down between whether or not are we going to have 250 yards or 50 yards rushing. Are we going to have, is our quarterback going to be on? Who's going to start at quarter? We've just been kind of up and down all year, and it's been real inconsistent on which offense shows up. Defensively, I think we've done well for the most part throughout the year, so that I'm not worried about. I just don't think our offense is going to get it done against a defense of Clemson's caliber right now. I think that's definitely the strong point of that team, and I just don't think we'll have the offense for it this year. I don't want to say it, so I'm going with the team from the north and the orange.
Got it.
But I think Clemson's going to win. I just don't think it's going to be – I think it's going to be a little bit closer than 11.5, though.
Yeah, I like, betting-wise, I like the 11.5-point line. Clemson, they beat Wake, and they had a really good game at home. They've played good at home, but they have not played good on the road the whole season. You start with the matchup in Charlotte, right? They lost to Georgia. They go to NC State, they lose in double overtime. They go to Syracuse, they beat them by 3. They go to Pitt, they get blown out by 10. They go to Louisville, and it takes a miracle at the goal line to stop them from losing to Louisville. So for me, I like the plus 11.5 for South Carolina. I wish I'd have gotten it at 14 when it opened, but obviously people loved it all the way down to 11. It's so hard to say this, but I think Clemson wins a close one. I'm with Adam on this one, and it's only because I feel like Clemson has finally kind of figured something out on offense. You look at their last 4 games, they've scored more than 30 points. Their last 2, they've scored more than 40. Obviously, one of those is UConn, so let's get that straight. But
you're telling me UConn's not a powerhouse?
That's like playing a high school. Get out of here. So
this is not basketball.
But when you look at those teams, though, yes, one was UConn, so there's no defense. Louisville and Florida State aren't tops in the ACC in defense. We all know Wake Forest isn't tops in the ACC in defense. I think our defense can maintain what they're going to try to do. Yes, we gave up all those yards to take Bigsby last week.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt us in the long run because we were able to keep. It helped that the quarterback.
You're not going to score 21 and beat Clemson. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So I'm just going to.
I think you can score 121.
No.
Because I think.
Well, no, I don't.
The way Zaquandre White's been running the ball, pair him up with Kevin Harris because they both looked really good last week against Auburn.
Yeah.
Ukulele's going to throw 3 interceptions. Mark my words.
Possibly.
Ukulele's going to throw at least 3 interceptions.
Possibly.
What I'm saying though is, and I think what Chris is saying though is, we can't only score 21 and expect to win.
I think you can score 121.
I'm not saying we can't
more than 21. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying you can't score 21 and expect to win like what you're comparing to last week. So
you got to have a Florida game where we score 40 points to win this game.
No.
I'm saying I think it's very possible.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that it's not possible. What I'm saying is, this defense is one of the best defenses we're probably going to play all year.
Yeah. So, all right, 2 matches left. You got Bedlam, which is going to be absolute chaos, and this is for the Big 12 now. Oklahoma, number 10 on the road at number 7 Oklahoma State. I was a little surprised by this, but Oklahoma State actually opens as a 4-point favorite.
I'll take the Cowboys.
Okay. That's Oklahoma State stats, by the way. Alex is taking Oklahoma State as well.
Give me. I want Oklahoma.
Okay. It wasn't a question for me. It's Oklahoma State. The way Oklahoma has played all year, they've escaped some things. They've gotten lucky. Even last week, against Iowa State. They kind of probably shouldn't even beat Iowa State. Oklahoma State has lost that one game to Iowa State. They've won the other 10, and they have done it in somewhat a pretty good fashion for most of it. So I'm going to take Oklahoma State.
I'll take Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because I think their trend continues. I think they're going to sneak one out here.
Okay. Alex took Oklahoma State as well, in case I didn't say that. But final game, Gameday. Ohio State's back on another game day. They're number 2 in the country now. They're going on the road to number 5, Michigan. The line is only 8.5.
Michigan has looked good this year, and everybody thought Michigan State looked really good this year, and Ohio State put it to them, and I think the same thing's about to happen to Michigan. Unfortunately, I don't know, 8.5's I don't think good enough, but I think Ohio State's going to win by more than that. Let me put it that way. Ohio State by more than 8.5.
Yeah. Alex said Ohio State. I'm saying Ohio State by maybe 20. I mean, the 19-point line last week, I was like, dang, 19. I mean, I even did a little snippet of it. Yeah. All three of us were like, oh, 19, there's no way Michigan State stays within 10 or 15, 10 or 12 or whatever. I mean, how
that was over in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I love, if you're a better man, I love this line, dude. If I can get Ohio State, honestly, if I can get Ohio State minus 10, I feel great about it. So, Michigan, yeah, whatever, had a good season. You lost to Michigan State and you beat absolutely nobody else. So, yeah, give me Ohio State by 1 million.
I mean, I think old Captain Khaki Pants has a good team. I think he's going to have the slight advantage being at home. But I think the Buckeyes just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're dominating people right
Big
now.
House at what time? Oh, it's a nooner?
It's a nooner.
It's another nooner.
Fox Noon, Big Noon, whatever they call it now over there for the Big Ten, and it's College Game Day. So, yeah, it's for all the marbles over there for them. Winner definitely makes the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So, winner also gets to go to the Big Ten Championship.
To play either Wisconsin or
Minnesota. So... All right, well, that is your Week 13. I can't believe it's already here. This might actually be our last Pick'ems video for a while, so we're soaking it in. But
we might do a couple NFL games, maybe.
Yeah, we might stick an NFL week in here or there. So we appreciate you guys watching. As always, make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook, beer_bacon_bros. You're subscribing to the channel. And as always, we welcome your comments, likes, and shares.